Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I'm back with another speed build and another installment of the squish, which is what we affectionately call tiny houses here on the channel, as you are squishing everything into a small space. And today I am building a tiny house for a gamer. I thought this could be a really fun idea, as there's a lot of items in the game now that lean towards gaming. We have the comfy gamer kit, we have a bunch of decor from a variety of packs, including posters and controllers and things like that. And also I've been going back and trying to do some more builds recently that are either full-size houses or tiny houses based on some concepts I've done more often or commonly in apartments. So this is just one of the ideas that I have for creating a house for somebody instead of just an apartment for a particular interest, skill, or career. But if you have any other ideas you would like to see, definitely let me know. I have a couple in the works and I'm very excited to share them, but I would love to know what else you would like to see. But anyway, I really hope you will enjoy this build. If you do and you'd like to download it, it is available right now on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You could also find it under the hashtag Gryphi, and that information will be in the description down below as well. Also, I believe I'm posting this on Black Friday, so if you're looking to improve your gaming or your streaming setup, Elgato has some amazing deals going on right now, and I will have links to everything in the description. Elgato has a lot of capture cards which allow you to stream from your consoles. I use one to stream Animal Crossing from my Nintendo Switch 2, and right now the Elgato 4KX capture card is 20% off for Black Friday, so you can grab that one for $199.99. Elgato also has some amazing lighting tools, and I use the key lights in my office, and when I'm traveling I use the Keylight Neo, which now comes in black, and that version is on sale right now for $59.99. The mic arm I use is also on sale right now for 30% off. And if you're in need of an affordable teleprompter, this is the perfect time to pick up the Elgato prompter. It's 33% off at only $199.99. Or for the same price, you can bundle the prompter and the master mount. That's a whole 43% off. So if any of that interests you, make sure you check out the links in the description, and thanks as always to Elgato for supporting the channel. So this is pretty much the shape that I went for. I really wanted to use the container siding from Eco Lifestyle, and I paired it with these more industrial windows that came from the Moschino stuff pack, and the door is actually from Adventure Awaits. I'm not sure if I've used it yet, but it's so pretty, so I was really excited to use that. And this actually ends up being a fairly spacious tiny home. I want to say it's a tier 2. And I do have a separate bedroom, separate bathroom, a pretty spacious living room for a tiny house, and even like a separate dining area. So it's pretty spacious. You'll see when we get inside, and I wanted it to be, as I wanted to prioritize having a gaming space for this gamer that lives here. So they end up having a desktop setup. I was mostly imagining they were a PC gamer. I don't think I actually added a console at the TV, but I might add that before I upload this to the gallery. That would be very helpful to have as well. I think I often forget to add gaming consoles in the game because I'm more of a PC gamer. So I'm like, oh, they have a great PC setup. They got everything they need. But you can play games on the TV as well if you hook up a console. And we have a few of them in the game. I think most of them are from City Living, but there's one that we got in an event earlier this year that looks more like a retro game, more like a GameCube, and I believe there's a new one that came with Adventure Awaits as well that's also more retro. Anyway, we'll talk more about the interior when we get to it. Right now I'm outside and working on the landscaping. I only have a couple of trees out here, mostly some more evergreen trees, and this little tree in front, or in like the corner tucked in, is a tree from Shall I Live It Objects that came with Get Together. I thought that it looked pretty nice here. I tend to mostly use that tree just in the world of Windenburg. I don't know why though, because I feel like it's very versatile. So I did use it here in Copperdale, and then I grabbed this wall piece. It's like a wall decoration that came with the Dream Home Decorator pack, and I thought it looked really cool over here as just a nice sculptural part of the building. So that is tucked in by the entrance, and then we are heading inside to work on the floor plan, which I think I cut out part of this process because it actually took me longer than I'd like to admit, considering how small it is. But where I placed down the desk is going to be the living room, and then where the yellow door is, that is going to be the bathroom. Technically, your Sims can go in and out that door if they'd like to, but I was imagining it as more of a door that's not going to be used, as I did put a shower against it, and it's just a small 3-tile bathroom, as I wanted to prioritize having larger living spaces, so I thought having a smaller bathroom would be fine. And you can see the layout has pretty much come together. I'm going to move around the items in the living room, but it is going to stay the same size that I have right now. And then we're heading back outside to swap out one of the doors for a window and then figuring out the flooring. I really like the look of the container doors. I just thought it would be nicer to have a big window in the dining room. So that's what I decided to do. And then I also made the kitchen a little bit smaller so that I could extend the wall in the living room and make it feel a little bit bigger and there was more wall space. So I am doing that now and trying to figure out the best layout for the couch and the desk so that I could have like a dedicated gaming area, but also have a full living room. And this is what I came up with. They're just right next to each other. And I am using these like nano leaf inspired lights on the wall. I believe these were an early purchase item that came with high school years. I might be wrong though. And then I also wanted to make sure I had lots of gaming posters. So the two that are framed over the sofa are both from the Comfy Gamer Kit. And they are, of course, The Sims Medieval and the original Sims 1. And I actually ended up using the curtain rod item from Desert Luxe as a shelf over here. It was the same color as the wall, and I just thought it worked really nice as a simple shelf. So that's what I decided to do there. And there's just a little figurine up there, as well as a fancy keyboard on display. And I thought it was only appropriate to have a signed Sims poster up above the desk. I think this Sim would definitely be a Simmer. That poster in particular is from City Living. There's a bunch of like signed gaming posters, and I put a couple other ones in here as well. But first, I am decorating the couch with a variety of cushions. This couch, I believe, is also from Businesses and Hobbies, and it is not one I've really used much. But I thought it looked really cute here with just a couple of cushions and a stuffed animal on it. I kind of was thinking the Sim was into collecting things like figurines and stuffed animals, plushies, all of that. So there's just a little bit of it around. It's just only a small space, so they can only keep as much as will fit. And then for the curtains, I actually ended up going with these ones, which I can't remember off the top of my head what pack they are from, but I thought they were really pretty. And then I decided that this wall that's separating the living room from the entry would look nice if I put a couple of glass windows through it so that it's just like a space you can see through. It makes the area inside feel a little bit bigger. And then I am cluttering up the desk with some games and headphones. There's also a lamp up here and some storage for just like desk accessories. And then I also used the cube storage system that came with the Comfy Gamer Kit over here, and I just filled it up with like games and boxes. I kept it pretty simple, just grabbing a bunch of these boxes from Dream Home Decorator to put on the bottom level and changing the colors of all of them, I believe, to just black. And then I just got one more decoration over in the last cube. I think that these are pretty realistic as well. I feel like everyone I know has them. I have multiples in my apartment. And there's one behind me in my office. I also have a few of them in my living room, and there's one in my closet as well that I use for organizing the space. Anyway, I am now just placing down a mirror and then temperature controls and fire alarm, which I'm going to be moving to be closer to the front door, and adding a burglar alarm as well. And the wall they were on before, I believe, is going to have just a poster on it a little bit later. And then over by the front door, I wanted to make sure there was a spot to hang up a coat. And I put some decor up there as well. Both of those pieces are from the Grange Mudroom kit, which I really, really like. I think that's one of the better kits we got, and Cozy Kitsch, which is where this chair is from. I love that kit. And it makes sense. They're both creator kits. So, of course, they're really good. And then I'm just picking out a rug to go in the entryway. I decided to pick out this one. It looked like it could be a video game, so I liked the idea of that. And then I believe we should be decorating the kitchen now. I used the kitchen set from Home Chef Hustle in the black swatch, and then picked out a blue tile backsplash and I believe a yellow fridge, which we'll get to. I think I tried a different fridge first and then I swapped it out because I thought having a colorful, more retro looking fridge sounded like fun and something that I've always wanted in my real life home. So I thought I would include that. But I tried this more simple, modern one first, which I think came with the kitchen clutter kit in the swatch that doesn't have a bunch of clutter on it. And I thought it looked nice. It's just the kitchen itself was very one tone and I wanted to add a little bit more color to it. So I will be swapping that out. But first I'm getting some succulents hanging up on the wall next to the window. And I believe I got some soap as well. Also a wall-mounted piece, as I wanted to make sure the counter in the corner was functional so your Sims could actually use the kitchen. And then this is the dining space. I'm just using a table and chairs from Businesses and Hobbies, and then I got a couple more posters over here. I believe I got The Sims one, it's not Hot Date. Is it Live in Large? It might be Live in Large. I'm not entirely sure. But I have a couple of more posters over here. I have a Sims 1 one, and then I also have one that's one of the My Sims games. And then just picking out a light fixture to go above, which is from Cozy Kitsch. And I thought it was perfect to have the trash can be one that's an energy drink. That is from Pastel Pop, and I just thought it was so cute and so on brand. And then here is our bedroom where I use the little lamp from Comfy Gamer. That is Bella Goth being abducted by aliens. And just a couple of other decor pieces. There's some books here, an alarm clock, a plant. I kept it fairly simple, but I wanted to have some personality in here. And I love this art piece from Cozy Kitsch. It came in the right color, so it was the perfect addition for this room. And then I'm just picking out a rug. I believe this one is from Dream Home Decorator. It's a little bit more pastel than the rest of the room, but I thought it was nice and kind of tied in. And then there's some bookcases over here. You're not going to be able to access them. I put them there for purely decoration. But there is a dresser in this corner you're going to be able to use, no problem, and a hanging plant. And that is it for the one and only bedroom in this apartment or in this tiny house. And we're moving on into the bathroom, which, as you can see, is very small, but no worries if you have not seen a bathroom this size before. Your Sims can walk straight over that standing shower and get to both sides, no problem. So there won't be any routing issues. And right now you can see that there is a wall that I didn't paint in the bathroom, and I do realize that when I go to take the screenshot, so the version on the gallery, that will be completely fixed. Anyway, here is the artwork that replaced where I had the temperature controls to begin with, and then we're back outside to finish the landscaping. I wanted to make sure to get lots of greenery and make this whole lot feel like it fit into its surroundings, since it's kind of in the middle of the woods, but like right on the water across from where the festival area is in Copperdale, where you can go to the pier and ride the Ferris wheel and all of that, but it's still very much tucked in the woods. Normally this lot has a starter home on it, which is actually a starter home I built for high school years, which is funny enough. But I do really like this lot, and I thought it was perfect for a tiny home. So just finishing up the landscaping here, getting some more terrain paint. I believe I also get some planter boxes out here just to fill in the space. And I like the idea that maybe when they're taking a break from their gaming sessions, maybe they're a content creator, they like to go outside and do some gardening. That just sounds really peaceful. So that is pretty much it for this build. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. And thank you to my members for your continued support. If you'd like to become a member yourself, you can click the join button below the video or the link in the description. Please enjoy the screenshots and check out those links for the Black Friday sales with Elgato in the description, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.